Good evening. It is January 24th and we're up here to continue work with the dry bilge pump system. Got a hose for that, and of course we've got 3 of the lines partially run. But first we're going to revisit the ventilation fan. We're looking at something that will suck air out. It's mainly for while we're working on the boat. A lot of times the boat will get warm enough that I don't really want to turn the air conditioners on because it's nice and cool outside. But I had a small one, 14-inch one, but it only pulled about 1,500 CFMs. This one's supposed to pull over 3,000 CFMs, so we'll see how it will behave. And then we also got another grease trap, and we still have the other grease trap. We're going to play around with them since we are not putting the dry bilge unit underneath there. We may be able to still use the big one. Just going to play around with it. Anyway, that's what we're going to do later.
Yeah.
Right. Let's power it up. I mean, it bothers me that no discharge light, or I'm going to cycle it again.
Vacuum.
Nothing more. It's just doing 2 things. It's pumping up its little compressor, but the valve that's supposed to turn on to start sucking, it's supposed to go through the progression of valves, but none of them ever do anything. So they take that chamber that's back there, they put it under a vacuum, and then they open a valve, and then that vacuum will suck water in, and eventually it'll fill up with water. And then when they're ready to empty it, they then push air into it, which now pushes the water out. And what's nice, that means your pumps and stuff like that never are exposed to water. The only thing that's getting exposed are the valves. See, now it should open pickup 1 and then open pickup 2. It's never progressing. Okay, well, I think it's a night. I'm gonna leave it on. Maybe it'll be dry tomorrow when we come here. Well, our luck with dry bilge systems continues.
Bad luck.
Bad luck, yeah.
Or we're idiots.
That's always a possibility too.
We're dry bilge idiots.
Well, that's it for the night. Later. Good evening. It's January 25th, and we are obviously back up at the boat. We're going to finish putting together that assembly in there. We got the little conversion piece that fits with all the blocks we already had. Oh, we're gonna need some plumber's tape. Put plumber's tape on it, get those assembled, put it together, and then we got some troubleshooting instructions to see if we can figure out why the dry bilge is not working. Anyway, that's kind of the plan this evening. Later. Yeah, there's nothing on it now. I mean, so there's nothing blocking it. I don't think it's initiating a valve. I want to see if there's any voltage there. Yeah, there's voltage there. Yeah, that's definitely the active one. Very first one, not working. Valves are not opening, or at least they certainly don't appear to be opening, or something is not opening that should be opening. I heard one open for a moment. So we've had this since August, and we think what the problem is so this little pinch clamp here, it pulls back, but the tubes have been compressed for basically 4 or 5 months now, and they're not coming undone. Even when it clicks open, it does not come that far open, so there's not a whole lot of room. I mean, there's enough room, a little bit of room there, but not like a massive amount of room. If I pull this guy out, you can see he's still crushed there, and I have to go in and kind of massage him. And this silicone tube is like sticking to itself. So now normally this would be exercised every 3 hours, so it wouldn't become an issue, but because of a couple hurricanes and other things that we couldn't control, we haven't been able to install this. It's interesting. Now I understand what a pinch valve is. It seems like eventually you would use up your flexibility of your tube, the tubing, and getting them back in is a bit of a pain. It's now going through each, so far it's gone through the first 3. It'll do this one next. So at least they all seem to be cycling. Okay, after 2 hours of disassembly and mucking with this silly thing, I think we may finally have it working. Well, you'll know as soon as we know, except for the fact you won't see this video for a couple weeks. Anyway, we got water down there. We got the 3 that are currently installed, and then we just left the other ones uncovered for the moment, so they'll just suck air. Okay, it's pressurizing. You got a low vacuum, which is what is expected.
Air bubbles.
Oh, it's supposed to get air bubbles. Cool, we're actually seeing that. Okay. Switch over. And high vacuum, and doing anything?
So.
There it goes. Now it should be sucking on that one.
Yeah, it's going down.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Just can't see anything in the line. Yeah, we did need the food color.
I think that's it.
It's still sucking. Oh,
Yeah.
now I see some air showing up in it.
Yeah.
Let's see, is it going to eject it or move on? Oh yeah, look there. Oh, look at it spewing it out. I think that's it for tonight. This is working. Appears to be working. I don't know. We'll check the drain up top. We'll just let it run tonight.
Okay.
Later. It's a lovely day here in Port Canaveral on January 26th. The water is incredibly low. Can almost step onto our upper deck from the dock right now. It's kind of nice. It's about, I don't know, 60, 65 maybe right now. You know, I can just jump over. Oh, on our poor deck. Poor deck. Don't use cheap paint. That's cheap paint. This is nice all grip. That's cheap paint after 1 year. So anyway, got to repaint it. Ugh. And we're going to continue on with the dry bilge. So are we dry?
Yep.
Woohoo! Look at that. It worked. It sucked it up. So we left some water there for the dry bilge to remove. And let's see. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, everybody's at 0. So even though it had to suck that up, it didn't even use 1/10 of an hour. We're going to spend some time finishing that up. Although Jeannie won't be doing any exciting things. Well, she'll be doing exciting things, but not here on the boat. She is going off to Phoenix for our daughter-in-law's baby shower. Our first grandchild. Oh my God, I'm going to be a granddad? What a scary thought. Hey, what?
Is that?
No, it's the hose above it. Right there, the one that has the label on it that says storage room dry bilge.
Where do you see?
Right there.
Oh, right there. Okay. This one.
That's what we're going to be working on, so later. So here we're getting that slowly wrapped up. Got the current hoses that are connected labeled. Got the labels for the future hoses. Got all the meters labeled. So far we have these 2 spare ones, which we will eventually figure out where they're going to go. We still need to find the fitting for that and a cable. We're going to wander upstairs and take a quick look for that and call it a night. Later. Good morning. It is January 27th, 2023, and we are back up here at the boat. Jeannie is relaxing down there in the media room, and we are going to be running some more of this PEX. We're primarily using the PEX to protect the little bitty tubing for the dry bilge system. So hopefully we got a dry bilge sensor to go up in the bow area and a dry bilge system to go up back in the steering area. So Jeannie gets to crawl around in those areas today, and I'm going to be wiring the C-Zone box to the dry bilge so we can get alerts on when it is used. Later. Your way may have been the better way.
There it is. Okay, stop. I have this hex tube with the dry bilge tubing running through it down to that pickup right there. And I took out the old one, used to be right there.
Power. Of course, I haven't programmed this guy yet, so let's reprogram him here. Blue sky screwdriver or blue C? What is this? Blue C? Yeah, blue C's. And we'll just pick 2 or 3 of these guys. Hopefully, we'll end up with something. I mean, there's 256 codes. And if that's not a good code, we'll go find a good code. Okay, so then we'll clean that wire up in a little while. Looks okay there. I'm gonna go program the C zone real quick. Add a new module. Add module. And now you see all those guys are receiving it. And there it goes. Give me out the configuration. The box has this 8-port connector, and I haven't done one in a while. And it was like, well, but there's only 6 inputs. So 1 through 6 are your positive, 0 for 32, and then 8 you put into it a DC negative, and then that is used as the reference to ground for switching devices. So that's simple enough. So 1 ground wire and 6 signal wires. Cool. Okie dokie. Well, let's go hook it up later. That guy appears to be happy now. Got a 8-wire cable. Got to drill a hole in the box here. I guess I should pull this off. Looks like about there, and just above that probably be good. So that'll come up and go right into there. Let's see. Yeah, so that should be fine. Okay. Looks like I got a yellow, a blue, orange, a brown, a green, and a purple. So they had a white and a gray. So red's going to become my white and gray is going to become my black, and I can match all the others. These guys at 18. Okay, we'll take one of these orange ones. Gripping the puppy. It is after lunch, and we are back in the equipment room working on the dry bilge system. I'm working on some of the electrical stuff, and we've got to connect up the 2 forward lines, and then we've started a little bit of work on the aft line, so we need to finish up those lines. So anyway, that's what we're going to be working on later. I can't get in. I don't fit very well. I don't know. I'm going to need, I'll know what I need when I get there. How's that for an answer? yeah, ready. Okay, just keep pushing it towards me. That's all you. Well, we are about done for the day. We got the planned tubes. We still got 2 spares, so those we'll eventually use, but all the other ones are installed and kind of nestled behind there with their extra stuff looped up. I am going to drop a little box over the top of this, or a top over the box, just to make it look a little cleaner. So, but it's working. All 6 zones are hooked up, and we just need to figure out what we want to do with the other 2 zones. Still got to hook it up to the C zone here, which I'll do probably tomorrow. That white line there, it houses 2 lines. Basically, it's chafe protection. And then we got another one. You got to see the stern one over there. It's running back. And then there's 3 lines going down here, which we originally had, which takes you down inside those bilges down in there. Hopefully, we won't see any more water in all of them. All of them are actually dry at the moment, so it will be a good test to see how it behaves. I actually heard it kick on an hour or so ago, but it's supposed to kick on every 3 hours, or you can cycle power. And we have it on the C-zone system, so I can cycle power if I want to make it go. I think we are done for the day. Are we done for the day?
Yes, I am.
Later. Good morning. It is January 28th, and I am up here at the boat by myself. Been up here since after 9:30 or so. Jeannie got up early and went off to Phoenix for our son and daughter-in-law's baby shower. So she is there, and I'm here by myself. So I decided to take this day to upgrade the networking infrastructure. We're going to put in 48 port PoE switch there, along with a unified Dream Machine special edition router. Right now we have a Netgear router and a Netgear switch, but we're going to upgrade to these 2 things, plus some other odds and ends as I get to it. Also going to be installing a new computer. The computer that we have up here was a cheap little HP that's been refurbished. I'm going to set the 2 computers up here, and hopefully installing stuff up underneath the desk there to get it out of the way. And once I get the new computer set up, I'm going to set the switch and router up over here, and we'll get them powered up and slowly transition the Starlink over to the new guy, along with the computer. Once it seems to be happy, then we'll decommission the old Netgear setup and transfer. So this is a little Minis Forum UM690 mini PC AMD Ryzen 9 6900 with half a terabyte and 32 gigabytes of memory. Anyway, I have another one of their systems I bought about a year ago, and I've been really happy with it. And of course, what I really like about them is they're small, quiet. I think they'll work out quite well here on the vessel. And my goal is to mount this underneath, out of the way. And as you see, it is a tiny little thing. Now, what's kind of cool about this one is you can actually get an external graphics card and plug it in through the Thunderbolt or USB 4 or Thunderbolt port, whatever you want to call it. Ridiculously tiny. It comes with 2.5 gig LAN, which will work nice with the Dream. I think it's already set up with that. I think you can do 4 monitors with this. It has a couple mounting screws here. I'm gonna fire this puppy up, and then if it all seems to be working correctly, I'll get it mounted under the desk. Windows PC, this little box right here is all set up, and the next fun activity is I'm going to power up the router and the switch. Plug this PC into the switch, and well, actually I'll probably plug it into the router just to make life easier. Then plug Starlink into it and see if I can get connectivity. Once that's hooked up, I'll go get one of the access points and hook it up. And then when all 3 of those are working and the PC's working, I will decommission the Netgear router and remove the switch from in there and put these 2 guys in there and see if we can get everything hooked together, and then start the wonderful task of getting everything else rehoned to this networking stuff. So that should be interesting. Those are all working. I'm trying to get the 2 phones to work, talk to each other, but so far the phones are acting difficult. So yeah, phones are working. This is on full, isn't it? Yeah. So let's see. So with this phone, I can do contacts and dial, and lo and behold, that one rings. And go ahead.
Person at extension 0002 is not available.
I don't really want to leave a message, but I guess I will. Bye. Great. Now this guy probably has voicemail. Yep, has voicemail. Look at that. I don't really want to leave a message, but I guess I will. Bye. Pretty nice. No voicemail. Yeah. And favorites, contacts, equipment room. There's that one working now. Very cool. Okay. Anyway, so we got the phone stuff working. The last thing I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of their cameras in the mix, and I want to do one more AP device. Later. Your way may have been